Hi, my name's Isaac, and this is a brand new 2023 Chevy Silverado Custom. And this very well may be the most expensive base model truck that I've ever reviewed on this channel. How expensive is it? Well, this sticker's just a hair under $53,000.
Great heavens!
But the real question of the hour is it worth it? Well, today I'm going to review it for you guys, so let's find out together. Before we begin, I'd like to thank Outen Chevrolet of Hamburg for allowing me to borrow this vehicle to review. For all your Chevrolet needs in the Hamburg, Pennsylvania area, I'll leave a link to their website in the description below. Starting out up front on the new Silverado, ow, I'm really burning my arm right there. You're going to get halogen headlights and incandescent turn signals, which might not seem out of the ordinary, but as the industry shifts more towards the standardization of LED headlights, these halogens on a $53,000 sport truck really look out of place. It's not all bad up front though. I really like the inclusion of these recovery hooks up here, and then the grille design is way better than the outgoing Silverado look. I think this is much more sleek, and even though it's a similar idea, I think this is a little bit more premium feeling than the previous generation of the Silverado Custom. And you get racing stripes on this one. I think that's really neat. They go up the hood. They do not extend over the roof, but they do go to the tailgate. Moving underneath the hood in this Silverado, it's powered by General Motors' 2.7-liter turbocharged high-output four-cylinder, making 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. Now that is paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission, but yes, I know it's a four-cylinder in a Silverado. At least it gets good fuel economy, though. Moving to the profile of this Silverado, now we'll start here with the wheels and tires. You'll get 275 60R general grabbers around these 22-inch blacked-out wheels. Now, I really like the black accenting that continues up here to your Silverado badge. And then because this is a custom, you'll have matte black mirrors and matte black door handles, but I think that actually works really well. I like that accenting. And then down here, you'll have running boards, Nerf bars, steps, whatever they're officially called on this particular one. And then as we move down the profile, you'll have a 4x4 badge right here, and there is a step up into the bed, which I really like. That's very useful. Love how GM does that, and Ford just introduced that on the new Ford Ranger. Love to see that. And then the aforementioned black racing stripes continue here. Chevrolet is spelled out, embossed with the black accents. Then you'll have Silverado and Custom over there. You'll also have your tow hitch down here at the bottom. And then you'll have a puddle light right here and your backup camera, and then a button to drop your tailgate. So it's nice that this does at least have a puddle light, and if we move in the bed here, I really like there is a household power outlet back here, spray and bed liner, and LED bed lights, which are nice. You know, those are nice to have, and I really appreciate that Chevy included them here. You can also drop the tailgate from the key fob, which is another nice inclusion, fun feature for this particular truck. Moving to the interior of the Silverado, here is where the cracks really begin to show with the lack of features in this particular truck. There is some nice ones, but there's clearly a lot of stuff missing. As you can see here on the steering wheel, you'll get your cruise control, your front collision warning, and then there's just nothing over here. There's no steering wheel buttons for volume or anything like that included. And then as we move here to the mirror, you can see this has a blind spot mirror on the driver's side, but the passenger side does not. And then if we just go through the standard list of features here, you do get one touch down, though you do have to pull up windows. That's nice. Power mirrors, lock and unlock, electronic parking brake, and then your four-wheel drive settings and trailering right there, as well as your lighting. And then if we move into the center infotainment screen, or lack thereof, I mean, there's a little black and white screen here. This is the only control, so you can see your tire pressure, your oil life, air filter, brake pad, like pretty extensive stuff in here. but it's digital speedometer. That's nice. You have to control it with this. Not very useful. It even gives you your fuel readout. But, you know, it's just, I mean, look, this would have been really cool in like 2008, like on a Silverado in 2008 or 2009. But on a 2023, it feels chintzy. You know, it feels like there could be a little bit larger gauge cluster. And even if it was just this, even if it was just this black and white screen, at least a control on the steering wheel, something, so I didn't have to be driving and then reach all the way in here to check my standard things like the oil pressure, tire pressure, stuff like that. You do have a column shifter here, which is nice. I actually do like the column shifter. Shifting into reverse because it's federally mandated. There is a backup camera. Though the good news is it does have a line. I will say the quality of this camera is really nice. So that's for trailering. This is for parking. I'd say this is a pretty good backup camera overall. And then down here, you do have your controls for this screen. This is the tiniest infotainment screen General Motors offers on a Silverado. I believe it's a 7-inch. It's not even an 8-inch. And look, I mean, it's fast. It's got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That's nice. It's got built-in Wi-Fi hotspot. That's nice too. But it's really, I mean, it just looks very out of place. It almost looks aftermarket in this interior with just how small it is. And here's the thing that I'm going to hear a lot in the comments. Well, I like that it has an antenna because I'm simple. I like that this screen is black and white because I'm simple. I don't need all the bells and whistles. I don't mind that it's a smaller screen because the larger the screen, the more features. There's too much going on. I like that it's small because I'm simple and I don't need all those things. And I agree with you. But then the truck should be less expensive than it is. So as we continue, you'll get standard climate controls down here. This is nice. You do have the ability to drop the bed from the inside. And then this also has auto engine start stop, lane keeping assist, which is nice. It does have some safety technology, trailer brake control, USB and USB-C, and then a 12-volt right there. And then it is push button start. And there's also a household outlet here. That's nice to see. And one other cool feature is that this is a bench seat. You don't see too many bench seats nowadays, but this armrest does fold down or fold up into a bench seat, and it can fold down for an armrest. And there's even some nice storage in here, which is cool. You can add a couple of different things, maybe a pen. You could do a little pen holder, some flyers, or whatever you may have. And then you have 2 cup holders and some storage maybe for a phone right here. I mean, it's comfortable for sure. There's no denying that. The seats are nice. The cloth is grippy. And this driver's seat is actually power lumbar as well. Tilting, telescoping up, you know, the standard stuff. And you do have OnStar and your dome lights right there. No sunroof, of course, though there's the cutout for it, like it's taunting you. I just wish there was more. You know, I just wish there was more for the price. And there's no denying that it's every manufacturer. Like the car market is crazy right now. But this especially is an older truck on an older platform, so I would expect a little bit more from that. But let's take a quick look at the back seats. We are in the back seats of this Silverado, and you do get 2 climate vents back here integrated into that third bench seat, which I think is really cool. That's a nifty little feature. There is no pull-down armrest here, unfortunately, though. But you can just lift up these seats. This is such a big space, I can just move to sit here. And you can get a flush load floor down here, which is very convenient and allows for a lot of additional storage options past just sitting passengers back here. The door panel itself is hard plastic, and this is down here too, but you do get your window controls, 1 touch down, but you do have to pull up. And good deal of headroom. I'd say I'd say I'd probably have 6 or 7 inches, maybe 5 or 6 inches, something like in that ballpark. And I have 2 or 3 inches of legroom, so pretty comfortable back here. And I am 5'9", so gives you an idea, a barometer of how large this back seat is. So if I got to give them one thing, this back seat is really nice. All right, we're driving the 2.7 liter Silverado. I've driven this once before. It's not a bad engine. It actually has quite a lot of pep in it. Accelerating it, it's really fast, and I have to admit, it's kind of exciting to drive. despite it being a 4-cylinder on a full-size pickup truck. But this is sort of a competitor with Ford's EcoBoost system, and obviously this is going to get you much better fuel economy than you'd have with something like the 6.2 liter or the 5.3 liter V8s. Though the towing isn't nearly as good, but you have to imagine that not everyone is buying a pickup truck for towing nowadays. Most people are buying it for the looks or how it handles and it performs. So some people might not care about that fact. Personally, I think this is a neat truck. It's just overpriced. I think there's a lot of cool features. I like that you can drop the tailgate. I like that it has the safety features with the automatic emergency braking and stuff like that. And you know what? I kind of like that it has a smaller screen. It doesn't need a gigantic screen. I just wish it wasn't this much money. But you know, overall, it's a decent truck. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comment section below. Is there anything feature-wise on this truck that you really don't like or you wish that it had? I'd love to know. So that's going to conclude this driving segment. All right, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up my review of this Silverado. I really hope you enjoyed. Now, before I go, I'd like to mention that I am a Christian, and if you have any prayer requests, you can leave those in the comment section below. And lastly, I'd like to close out with a weekly scriptural reading. This is near and dear to my heart. This is Hebrews 5:11-14. There is so much more we would like to say about this, but you don't seem to listen, so it's hard to make you understand. You have been Christians a long time now, and you ought to be teaching others. Instead, you need someone to teach you, again, the basic things a beginner must learn about the scriptures. You are like babies who drink only milk and cannot eat solid food. And a person who is living on milk isn't very far along in the Christian life and doesn't know much about doing what is right. Solid food is for those who are mature, who have trained themselves to recognize the difference between right and wrong and then do what is right. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Take care.